Hello there. We start this video with some good news. My Nissan Primera P12, which you can see down there if you peer out the window, has passed its MOT. That's the inspection it has once a year to confirm it meets the necessary safety and environmental standards. Now, even though the Primera passed its MOT, I have nonetheless spent a bit of money on it, and that's because if we have a look at the MOT certificate, we can see that the examiner noted there were a few minor imperfections just starting to develop. So, as I typically do with this car, rather than wait for those minor issues to become major, I've just had them sorted, because then it's done and I haven't got to think about it again. So, here's the plan. Let's move the car back over there, where we have a bit more space, and then I'll show you the new parts, assuming I can find my torch, which I've lost for the second time today. It's round here somewhere. Welcome to Car Spy TV. So we need to have a look behind this offside front wheel, which means crawling around on the floor, which is cold and slightly damp. So let's just put down a few old car mats. Got one more. Luxury. I have found the torch, so let's push that through there and see if it will just stand up by itself, which it is, so we can see what's going on, assuming of course I can just squeeze the camera in this gap. Now, how's that? Can you see this pipe here? That is a new flexible brake hose, and it continues all the way up there, like so. Now, the old ones were not leaking, but they were nonetheless perished, and I don't want to take any chances when it comes to brake safety. And this wasn't a particularly expensive job, so I figured get it done now, and these hoses will probably last longer than the car, because the car's 16 years old now. Now there's something else to look at down there, so I'll just turn the steering full lock the other way so we get a better view. That'll do nicely. Okay, we're looking from the other side now. That black rubbery thing at the end of my torch is a outer CV boot, and that's been replaced. The old one is cracked and just starting to leak. In fact, looking under here, I'm almost feeling nostalgic at all the bits and pieces I've replaced over the years. That thing there, for example, was changed, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. That's a anti-roll bar drop link, and when they go bad, your car taps and bangs around every time you hit a pothole, so very annoying. And look there, that bush looks relatively new as well, doesn't it? Can you see? And just for fun, I've had exactly the same work done on the front left corner of this car. That's outer CV boot and brake hoses. So that brings us to the main event. We need to take the car for a test drive and see how it feels. Good, I hope. Now, I don't expect the brakes to feel any different, but nonetheless we'll test them just to be sure. They have been bled after all. So when we're off this bend, assuming there's no one behind us, which there isn't, I'll brake now with moderate force. Oh yeah, that feels okay. Give it one more go. And yeah, that's fine. The ABS kicked in then. But nonetheless, the brakes feel normal and exactly as they should. So that's okay by me. Now, before the MOT, there was an occasional whine from the front right corner if I went around sharp left corners with any enthusiasm. So I'm hoping those new outer CV boots have solved that problem. Let's find out as soon as I can find an appropriate left turn. There's one just up here. Just following this Kia at the moment. 30 miles an hour. There used to be a speed camera down here, but it's gone now. All right, here comes that left turn. This Kia is going incredibly slowly. Anyway, let's try the corner. Ah, yeah, nice and quiet at the front right. I'll try it again here. Oh yeah, that's good, very pleasing. So I don't like funny noises coming from my suspension. Have a look at this. I've still got every MOT certificate this car's ever had. So a fairly chunky pile of paper now, including the very first one. Look at that, March 2008, when the car had only covered 31,500 miles. Still works. Okay, can you let me know in the comments section of this video whether this happens to you too? Have a look at this. The examiner during the MOT quite rightly checked the rear seat belts. So he or she extended the belt, checked the condition and ensured all the belts connected as required down there in their buckles. But every time I get this car back from MOT, all three of the rear seat belts are buckled up so they can't be used immediately. So I or someone else has to come along and unbuckle them all like that. The curious thing is the front seat belts get inspected as well, of course, but they always come back open and ready for use. So, am I being victimized, or does this happen to you too? Let me know in the comment section. Lunch. So there we go, for less than £300, I've got a new MOT, I've got new CV boots, I've got new brake lines, and the car is legal, safe, and hopefully it will continue to be reliable well into the future. I certainly hope so, because I do like this whole thing. Now, that's about all for this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content. Can you also do me a favour, please, and click like on this video, and I'll see you next time. Farewell! Sun's awkward.